Hey y'all, Savannah here. Welcome back to my channel. This is a video that I've been putting off for a little while, but today I'm going to be telling you guys about my town, Ogallala, Nebraska, and why you guys should come visit it. But first things first, social media subscription, Walker Fam Gaming Aids, go check them out. I actually just filmed a little bit of me playing the new Fortnite update. I have been getting into gaming a little bit more thanks to my boyfriend Josh. But if you like this video and you guys want me to do more of these types of videos, please let me know by commenting down below or hitting me up on social media. I'm always up to new suggestions on videos as well, so if you guys have any ideas, please just let me know. But yeah, I have been living in Ogallala my entire life, but I spent about 5 to 6 months up in Tennessee where Joshua was. I don't know much about Tennessee, but I can tell you guys a bunch of facts about Ogallala, Nebraska. Starting with our famous Lake McConaughey. So Lake Mac, yes, has had a few deaths, whether if it's drunk people, druggies, accidents happening. But Lake Mac is very, very big, and we also have a little lake where people usually go to just fish. That little lake is literally just for fishing, basically. You can also go camping there and so on and so forth, but that is, the little lake is part of Lake McConaughey, just a little smaller, if that makes sense. It's where most campers go to go fishing. Lake McConaughey has a hidden town submerged underneath it, and when the tide is very, very low, you guys can see the tip of like the church or like hidden things that are just coming out of the water because of how low the tide usually is. I've only seen it one time, and like I said, a lot of accidents happen there, but Lake McConaughey has a bunch of beaches, Lake Ogallala, and a few others. They also have a bunch of like really rich homes, and by rich I mean really expensive homes that literally have the most beautiful view. We also have an eagle watching part in that lake somewhere. You can also camp there, and so on and so forth. You can swim, fish, whatever. And some of the fish that you can catch in Lake McConaughey are pretty big. They get pretty decent size. But yeah, I loved going there when I was a kid. My dad and I always, when he had his boat, would go on the water every other weekend before he sold it. And I would always go there with my sisters when all of us were close. And yeah. So, bless you. So, as you know, we were, as Josh and I were, I was showing him around my town. This was one of the things that we pulled. It's called Once Upon a Town, the Miracle of the North Platte Canteen. Also, I should add that Ogallala is on top of an Indian burial ground. This is where a bunch of Indians crossed back in the day. Now, it is factual. That is a fact. So, we are probably living on millions upon millions of dead bodies. But yeah, if you guys are interested in this, go check it out. And then that's the back of it. I literally got all of this information just for a video, but I have been dreading putting it, like, making a video about it because it's just going to be such a long video. But yes, Ogallala was actually, the Front Street was part of a Western movie. I don't remember which one it was specifically, but it was part of a Western movie, and we have reenactments going on at Front Street during the summertime, and we have a train that was put there just recently for it. We also have like the carriage thing, which you can also find at the Travelodge Stagecoach Inn here in Ogallala. It is a hotel. But this is the Petrified Wooden Art Gallery here, owned by Harvey and Howard Kenfield. Gold Exchange building created by the Kenfields out of petrified wood. So Josh and I have actually been there more than once, and they have some pretty cool things. And some of it is factual from back in the day as well. Some of the things that they, dug out in the middle of nowhere that they found were petrified wood and put it in their museum. They also have some pretty cool art sculptures, and some like really cool like geode stones and everything. So a gallery of ancient woods. The gallery is open year-round with seasonal hours. Visits and tours may be arranged by appointment. Please visit our extensive gift shop with unique gifts created by local artists. Be a friend of the gallery. The Friends of the Canfield Gallery is a Nebraska non-profit 501c3 corporation organized to guarantee the successful operation of the gallery and to fund an endowment. Annual memberships range from $25 to $5,000 and are available for individuals or businesses. To be a friend, please contact the gallery. If you guys want to become a friend, there's the information. Yeah, and that is also there. That sculpture right there. So it says, meet the Kenfields. Identical twins, Harvey and Howard Kenfield, were born in Albion, Nebraska on March 6, 1928. In the early 1950s, they were both drafted and served together in Korea. It was during this time that they began collecting Native American artifacts and petrified wood. In 2000, Harvey and Howard donated their private collection to the local community foundation with the stipulation it would stay in Ogallala. In 2007, the Friends of the Canfield Gallery, a private foundation, was established and now owns the collection. In 2009, the Friends purchased the current 1954 structure to house the collection, originally a skating rink and a dance hall. Yes, before that building was that building, it was these two things. So, this is grinding out a living petrified wood and cottonwood knothole. The collection, petrified wood, is created by an amazing mineral process in which a once living tree has been turned into stone as the organic tissue is replaced by silica and other minerals. Artwork, created by Harvey and Howard Kenfield, has been a gallery highlight. These works depict buildings of the Old West as well as birds, flowers, and insects, all made from small pieces of natural colored petrified wood. Favorites of visitors are their music box creations made of petrified wood. Buildings or scenes are mounted on polished wood bases and each plays a tune complementing the scene depicted. Music box plays Windmills on My Mind. Gemstones on display including a collection of butterflies, toadstools, eggs, and spheres. Fossils include leaf and fish imprints, seeds, turtles, and other uncommon species. By the way, what I'm reading is what I'm also going to be showing you. Beautiful gemstone butterfly. Native American artifacts, found mostly in Keith County, have their own special exhibit area. Broken arrowheads have been fashioned into unique pictures. Petrified limb from Eden Valley, Wyoming, with handmade stone leaf and maple seeds. Western art at the gallery is well represented with an extensive collection of paintings, bronzes, wood sculptures, and craft pieces. So for sure, I love this gallery. The people there are extremely nice. You guys for sure should go check that out. And by the way, I'm going to be getting rid of all of these as soon as this video is done, because this is mainly what I got these information for. So going back to Lake McConaughey, this is Nebraska's biggest lake. It's just the beginning in Keith County, Nebraska. Also, if you guys want to enter to win a free weekend in beautiful Keith County, Nebraska, scan to enter or visit that. So explore beyond the beach. At the end of the Texas Trail in the 1870s, Ogallala quickly gained a rough and rowdy reputation, a wild cow town that was too tough for Texans. Relive those days at the Front Street Crystal Palace Revue, Nebraska's longest-running summer stock theater. Don't miss the free Cowboy Museum. Visit Boot Hill Cowboy Cemetery, where gunslingers of the open range era were buried with their boots on. Yes, so Boot Hill is a cemetery that we have here for the people that died back in the Indian tribe days, and yeah. all the bodies have been removed and placed somewhere else, but some of the things still remain there.
Not as good.
Ole's Big Game Steakhouse and Lounge in Paxton is another must-see in Keith County, housing a collection of over 200 vintage trophy mounts. So yes, I don't like Ole's because I don't like seeing stuffed animals. When I say stuffed, they are like, there's a specific word for it, it's not coming into my mind, but they take dead animals and they stuff them and they hang them on display. Ogallala's Western Trails Creative District showcases many one-of-a-kind cultural and historic attractions, including the unique petrified wood and art gallery in the Mansion on the Hill Museum. This place is also very haunted here. Mansion on the Hill, I heard, is very, very haunted. Keith County offers 2 excellent golf courses, Bayside Golf on the south side of Lake McConaughey and Grandall Creek Golf Club just off I-80 at Ogallala. Like to hunt, opportunities abound for small game, turkey, mule, and white-tailed deer, waterfowl, and upland species. With the largest bird in the state, Lake McConaughey is an excellent place to birdwatch. More than 340 species have been identified in the area. In the winter months, bald eagles congregate to fish below Kingsley Dam on Lake McConaughey, or on Lake Ogallala, numbering at times in the hundreds. Savor the good life and experience genuine hospitality. Savor the good life and experience genuine hospitality at Keith County's many unique eateries. Don't miss Second Chapter Brewing in Ogallala. That is our newest brewery, by the way. It used to be a library, now it's a brewery. With an on-site brewery and community tap room housed in the town's former library. Enjoy live entertainment during the Sounds on the Square concert series held each summer, and that is held at the Rendezvous near the Watering Hole, which is a gas station. Then there's the Steakhouse and Crystal Palace Saloon. This is Front Street. This is what I was talking about earlier. Does that look familiar to some of y'all? Relive the Old West. I really don't want to read all this, but we're going to for the sake of this video. Don't mind the shooting in the background. My boyfriend is playing some Fortnite. Ogallala's famed Front Street. Not so long ago, Front Street was hoedown headquarters of Texas drovers, tin hom gamblers, pretty gals, and some of the fastest guns of the West. Ogallala, the end of the Texas Trail drives from 1875 to 1885, has since been designated by the state as Nebraska's cowboy capital. Don't miss seeing our famed Boot Hill Cemetery in Ogallala as well. Now you can relive this rip-roaring era along the famed Street of Old. Push aside those swinging doors at the Crystal Palace, and suddenly it's 1875. Walk right up to the bar, put a foot on the brass rail, cock an elbow, and down a cold sarsaparilla. Wash down the trail dust and relax. Now you're tapping your toe to the tune of a tinkling piano. Pretty saloon gals are smiling at you, and you're already forgetting how mean and contrary those 2,000 head of longhorns were that you helped trail in from Texas. The house lights dim, and the stage at the Crystal Palace fills with the prettiest gals west of the Missouri River. The Front Street show is on its way. So yes, like I said, it's a steakhouse now. You can eat there. There's a free museum that you guys can go check out. Yeah, and a gift shop. So.
Hi, Scary.
There's Chimney Rock, which is not that far from here as well, that you guys should go check out. I've been there, and it's really pretty. The most famous landmark on your journey. Chimney Rock is the most famous landmark of the Oregon, California, and Mormon trails, and served as a symbol of Western migration to thousands of travelers. Today, Chimney Rock stands as a reminder of the strength and determination of the pioneer spirit of American history. Visit the Chimney Rock Museum to learn about why pioneers traveled the trails, the people who already called the area their home, and how travel has changed over the last century. Make Chimney Rock a part of your journey and experience the wonder of western Nebraska. It's currently located in Bayard, Nebraska, by the way. So, the Tri-Trails Park. Road West 80, and Lawrence Road. You guys for sure should go check that out as well. The Oregon Trail, the Pony Express Trail, and the Great Western Cattle Trail, aka the Texas Trail. The 59 stones that you see placed along the roadway and outlining the garden were once part of the original 1888 Keith County Courthouse in Ogallala. All trails lead to Ogallala, so yeah. Okay. The Oregon Trail. The Oregon Trail was primarily used from 1843 to 1848. It followed the Great Platte River Road along the river's south side and was described as being one of the best natural roads that is to be found on the face of the earth. Hundreds of thousands of settlers traveled the route in their covered wagons heading to the Oregon Territory. So now we're going to be talking about the Pony Express Trail. Followed the Oregon Trail through Keith County. The Pony Express operated from April 1860 to November 1861. There were 3 Pony Express stations in Keith County. The Sand Hill Station was known as the Gills Station, was believed to be located a short distance northeast of Tri-Trails Park. The other 2, Alkali Lake Station and Diamond Spring Station, 12 miles east and 12 miles west, respectively, of Sand Hills in June during the annual 1966 mile NPEA re-ride of the Pony Express Trail. A mailbag exchange between horses occurs at Tri-Trails Park. See why I said this was going to be lengthy? I'm not going to read the rest of this, but I'm just going to basically summarize the Texas Trail. 1874 to 1886, over 5 million cattle and 1 million horses came up this trail. It originated in southern Texas and brought cattle north to the rail yards of Ogallala, earning the town the title of Cowboy Capital. The trail also extended up into the Dakotas, Wyoming, and Montana, taking stock to ranches and Indian reservations. The markers. Okay, so the Oregon Trail marker has been there since 1912. It was moved to Tri-Trails Park back in 1963. And then this marker dates back to 1931 and has a very interesting story behind it. You can read more about it on the website. And then this marker, commemorated the 100th anniversary of the mail service in the 1960s. I'm going to have to upload another video in order to have some room. So the Boot Hill Cemetery. So like I said, millions of people were buried here. If you guys want to read all about it, I am going to pause this so that way you guys can read this. Or you guys could just look it up. Yeah. So, it is a cemetery, but let me tell you a few of the bodies that were buried here. Sarah Miller is known to be there. Charles James, Craig Waxman, Pedro, Mary Blaisdell, Alice West, an unknown, Robert Webster, and another unknown, Eva Hughes, 3 Union Pacific workers, let's see, William Campbell, William Bruton, E.A. Mailer, William Shook, Henry Parker, George Orman, Cheyenne Warrior, Gertrude Fisher, Patrick Carroll, Rattlesnake Ed Worley, Amos Enos Black, Jasper Southyard, Michael Carney.
A lot of people.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that the unknowns were like babies and everything that also died. So this is the walking map, just for preference, if you guys want to go. If you guys are here, check that out. There's a statue sculpted by Dr. Burdett Gangsfield in 1965. It was moved to the Ogallala Livestock Auction Market on West Highway 30 in Ogallala in 2007. There's also the Trail Boss. Replaced the earlier concrete statue of Lep Sanders. So, yeah. Then, like I said, Mansion on the Hill. And then the little church at Keystone is literally right next to it. 1887, when Ogallala was transforming from a wild cattle town into a peaceful settlement. These are the hours. They may vary now, but you guys should for sure go check out Mansion on the Hill. They do sometimes free open tours. They also have like that little school near or close by to it. It's like right next door. And here's all of that stuff.
I got to try my idea.
Lonesome Dove edition to Ogallala. Now, this is like a big news thing. If you guys ever travel through Ogallala, stop by Front Street. You guys can easily pick one of these up. Same thing with the map, and this talks a little bit more about Ogallala's beaches and stuff like that. But Front Street does have a bunch of these if you guys want to learn this information on your own. Since I'm not going to go into full detail like I wanted, but I'm currently low on recording time. So,
You're recording. You know what I'm getting at? Well, what?
yeah. He's trying to tell me something off camera. Oh yeah, if you guys are also in Ogallala, go check out Wendy's. They have new collaborations going on. They had the Wednesday collab, and
Which is no more now.
yeah, which is no more now. But he wanted me to throw that in with this video. I don't know why, but he did. But
we started talking about all that, and then
we do have lots and lots of yummy restaurants that you guys should go check out. Wendy's being one of them. Arby's, Casey's, Pizza Hut, Valentino's, Taco John's, Taco Jan's, McDonald's, Runza. We also have coffee places, Scooters, the other one downtown that I cannot remember to save my life right now. Front Street Steakhouse. There's another steakhouse that you guys should go check out. And yeah.